Hey everyone, we are back with another reaction video. This time with our boy Suga from BTS. It is premiering right now, People Part 2. So let's go. This is featuring IU. Those hands. I know those hands.
So time is here, now Friday to go. I know you know anything, there's no.
It's very R&B-ish. Yoongi!
사랑이라는 말 어쩌면 순간의 감정의 날 조건이 붙진 않은 무얼 사랑하는가 충분히 사랑받지 못한 나이 그래서 무엇보다 신중한 타입 나는 말에 원해 진중한 사 알잖아 영어는 못했어 잔잔한 파도에도 힘없이 쉽게 무너져 상실은 무엇 때문에 슬픈 걸까 사실은 두려운 게 슬픈 거야 두려운 게 슬픈 거야 So far away
Yoongi!
Getting far away
Oh my god!
Too far away you're gone
I love your vocalist Yoongi! Oh my gosh!
So time is here, now Friday to go. I know you know anything.
Boy looks handsome! Oh my god, boyfriend material!
Time is here,
I'm crying!
nobody does.
It is so R&B-ish and his vocals.
당신은 무엇 때문에 슬픈 걸까 사실은 두려움이 큰 거잖아 함께 미래 그리던 우리는 없고 쌓은 모든 성들을 부셔버린 것은 우린 거야 승패가 없는 게임이라지만 난 언제나 게임 loser 모든
The harmonies.
걸 우린 모든 것을 push 그리고 떠나지 사랑이던 사람이든 모두가 이기적이기 때문이야 So far away
My brain.
Getting far away Too far away you're gone
Their vocals.
I have to know
Oh my god.
So time is here, now Friday to go. I know you know anything, there's no. So time is here, now Friday to go.
Oh my god, Yoongi.
Nobody
Doesn't know anymore.
떠가는 사람 떠가는 사람
사람.
사랑의 끝은 과연 무엇일까 수많은 사람
사람.
스쳐간 사람
사람.
사랑은 사랑으로 완벽할까 그래 말야 이타적인 게 어쩌면 되려 이기적이네 널 위해 한다는 말은 곧 내 욕심이기에 욕심을 버리면 행복해지고 채우지 못한 반쪽짜리 허사 삶은 저항과 복종 사이의 싸움이라는데 내가 보기에는 외로움들과의 싸움이 내 눈물이 터져 나오면 그대 울어도 돼 당신을 사랑받기에도 이미
Oh my god.
time is here,
The lyrics.
Friday to go. I know you know anything, there's no. So time is here, now Friday to go. Nobody
Doesn't know anymore. Oh my god, I'm crying.
대부분 다 뭐 사람들한테 전달하고 싶은 이야기도 있지만 나 자신한테 이야기를 하는 것처럼 들린다라는 이야기를 많이 들었거든요. 사실이기도 하고요. 그때 당시에 코로나로 여러 가지 것들을 할 수 없을 때 굉장히 모든 것을 잃어버렸다라고 생각을 했을 때 썼던 곡이기 때문에 나 자신한테 되게 해주고 싶었던
Oh my gosh.
이야기였습니다.
I I did not expect to have Yoongi put me in tears. Like, oh my god. Oh, ugh. Okay. So that was a really quick intro because they literally started filming right like 10 seconds before it premiered. I'm a mess. Oh my gosh. ugh. But of course we're gonna take a second watch to like really analyze the lyrics and just look at the imagery. But this is the second BTS member that says it's a song that expressing his emotions of what it was what he was going through during the pandemic. And a lot of the lyrics that I did catch, it does make it's a song that anybody can relate to, and it's very introspective, like he said, like you're talking to yourself. And I'm so proud and glad that he's sharing what he was feeling at that time. But okay, we all know that rapper Yoongi kills it, like with his rapid fire tongue technology, like the rapping and his verses and his flow. But singer Yoongi, I was not ready for this R&B style song. And obviously, if you guys have heard his previous collaboration with IU, which was in her album 28, or what was the name of the song? I think it was 28 or 8 or something like that. I'm like blanking. But obviously it was her song in her album, and it was very very like obviously her style, and then just like Yoongi's rapping came into it. But this time it wasn't like hard hitting rapping, but it was still like you still felt his flow. But the way they harmonized their vocals and just like the whole R&B style and rhythm. But when he started his verse of his singing, oh my god, oh my gosh, I cannot get over it. I loved when we first heard Yoongi like sing when he did Seesaw. He needs to sing more. He just has this like this obviously he's not belting songs like JK and Jimin, but he has his own like nice, like he has his own style of singing, and it sounds, I love his vocals, he sounds so good. But we're gonna go back and rewatch it so we can stop and look at the lyrics. Because I was just like, oh my god, I'm not ready. Okay, let's go. Like his chair, the chair where he, like those hands, bro. Something about K-pop, the fact that the artists are not always shirtless and like showing off their bodies, just made us appreciate different body parts more. Like, you're not a K-pop fan if you're not into hands, clavicles, like a little bit of shoulder, and that's all we need. Like dimples. But anybody, like these hands are unmistakable. Like,
So tired, yeah, not
like
Friday go.
he's sitting, writing his lyrics.
Know anything, 'cause no. So tired, yeah, not Friday go. Nobody doesn't know anymore.
사랑이라는 말
This thing called
어쩌면
love.
순간의 감정
This thing called love, maybe it's just a momentary list. I cannot speak. This thing called love, maybe it's just a momentary list of emotions.
조건이 붙인
It's
나는 뭘
conditional.
사랑하는
What is it that I love? Like, if you, now that you realize that it's things that he was asking himself, like thinking during the pandemic, because he mentioned it's things he was thinking that he lost. Because a lot of you, I know a lot of you, sorry to pause right at the beginning, but I'm sure a lot of you had the same feeling when the pandemic started, that especially with the isolation, and you couldn't see like gatherings, not only like the way it affected us socially as far as like going to big events like concerts and like parties and stuff, but even sometimes isolating from people that were outside our own household, like not seeing our friends, not seeing like our extended family, because out of that fear of you know, being contagious or like passing on the virus to people that were more vulnerable. Oh my god. But you know, that affects you, because sometimes you may not like just communicating over phone or in text. It's not the same as seeing somebody in person, because us as humans, we need that human connection. Whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, you need some form of human connection. Like you need touch. You need to see people and like see their faces, and not just over a screen, but like in person and feel their warmth. And I feel like those are some of the things that he also felt. Not that he didn't have the members, but like a lot of them have always mentioned like missing that connection with their fans, because the cheerings and like interactions is what kind of kept them going. And obviously like probably not seeing their family as much because of the distance. They were in Seoul and his families were back home, the commuting and all that stuff. Oh my gosh, and this line that right here that I stopped at, wasn't love enough as a kid.
충분히 사랑받지 못한 나이 그래서
That's why I'm the cautious type. I think a lot of people can relate to that sentence right there. Like if you feel like you're not, if you grew up in a household that you didn't feel loved, and it's all often referred to like the middle child syndrome have that same problem. You're cautious of who you let close to you because you don't know if they're gonna, if it's just momentary, or if they want something from you. So you're very cautious of like really being close to some people, letting people fully in. And that's why it says like, that's why I'm the cautious type. Sometimes like I'm used to people not being genuine with me. I'm used to people not fully loving me. So I'm not, like new friends that I make or new people I meet, I'm not going to let them into my world and know the real me until I'm 100% sure that they're going to stay. Sincere connection with others. His lyricism, him and Namjoon's lyricism. Forever is something like a sandcastle, you know? Like you can build a sandcastle, but it's not going to last. Like the wind will blow it away, and forever is not guaranteed. It's like, it's tenuous is what he's trying to say. The concept of forever is tenuous. It's like it can disappear. What is it about loss that makes us so sad? It's the dread that makes us so sad. Yeah. And like for those of us who have lost either a family member, a close friend, pets, either lost them to death or lost them because the relationship ended. This is right here is really important what he's saying. It's the dread that makes us sad. It's not the fact that it's just the knowing that it's going to happen, or being afraid that if it's going to happen, that you're going to lose that person. That's what makes us sad. I swear, his brain. He looks so handsome. The hands again. And I love this shot because he's looking at the mirror, like literally like he's talking to himself. His vocals. And honestly, when I first heard this first line of that chorus, of that verse, "So far away you're gone," it immediately reminded me of the song "Far Away," because it has that same wistful tone to it. And it's like he's literally just like standing there observing himself, and he's like, "You're going so far away, like you're so different from what you used to be." Too far away you're gone. Those vocals. I have to know. And the way they bring the beat back. It goes from like being like very mellow to almost like an acapella, and then it's slowly to bring the beat back. Like his vocals. Oh, doesn't know anymore. What does it make you so sad? The us that dreamt of a future together is no more. His lyricism. Like literally, you have all these plans, you have these plans and then they get interrupted and you don't know what's going to happen in the future. That's why it says that the us that dreamt of a future together is no more. Like that, those ideas that we had, those plans we had in the future got interrupted and they're broken, and that's not going to happen anymore. We're the ones that tore down the sandcastle. Like sometimes we're the ones that get in our own way, and sorry I keep pausing it, but it's just like his lyricism. Like sometimes we're the ones that get in our own way and interrupt our own dreams. That's why they are talking about tearing down the sandcastle, because the sandcastle, you know, it's like a dream, and sometimes we get in our ways, or we change our minds, or because of the fear of what could happen, we tear that dream apart.
승패가 없는 게임이라지만 난 언제나 게임 루저 모든 걸 주겠다던 우리 모든 것을 push 그리고 떠나지 사랑이던 사람이든
Both love and people are selfish. That is so true. Like both love and people are selfish. Love can be a good quality to have, but when it gets too much and too encompassing and to the point of being like possessive, or where you want your needs to be first about the other person that you're in the relationship with, be it whether it be romantic or like friend wise or whatever, that could affect the relationship negatively. That's why it says both love and people are selfish. Why does he look so good? His dog. Far away, you're gone. And the guitar. Sing Yoongi. So far away, you're gone. I know I have to know.
So time is young, not frightened, go.
I know you know anything that's love. So time, like, why is he torturing us like this? Like soft Min Yoongi, he looks so. I don't even know how to describe the way they shot this video, is to give us fans like this calm feeling and this feeling of like, I don't want to say like joy or happiness, but just like kind of like soothing. Because if you've noticed, there's like a lot of images, a lot of scenes, settings that it look very like boyfriend material. And I'm not trying to say that the music video makes you think of him like romantically, but like imagery like this, it's like he looks like so serene and so calm and like a boyfriend picture. You wouldn't think this man just like can tear you up with his rap, and his hair is so soft. In the studio, the Genius Lab, bruh. And his feet are out for free. So goes the person, so goes the love. I love how they use the alliteration, because obviously the lyrics are in Korean, but it's the rhyming love with person, because saram and sarang, they sound similar. It's just like the last letter, it gives it a different sound, but creates it into a different word.
사랑의 끝은 과연 무엇일까 수많은 사람 스쳐간 사랑 사랑은 사랑으로 완벽할까 그래 말야 이타적인 게
Selflessness can actually be selfish. True. It's true. Huh, that's interesting. How can selflessness be selfish? Because I guess sometimes you can act in a way that seems selfless, that you're doing it for other people and you're not putting yourself first, or you're sacrificing. But sometimes can your selflessness come with strings attached? Because sometimes people will do things for other people and then bring it back up, like, I did this for you, I did this and that, and you won't even help me this one time. That's how I'm interpreting it. You know, that's how I see selflessness being selfish. Because it's not 100% selfless. Your actions are not 100% selfless. This man and his keyboard. His first love. It's actually my greed when I say that it's all for you. Like right here, this line could be interpreted whether it's talking to himself or he's talking to the fans. Because, you know, sometimes it's like, I do my music for the fans. But sometimes also, and then this is not like in a negative connotation of greed. It's almost like the desire to do better, to do great, to give it to other people. Ambition. That's the word I'm looking for.
욕심을 버리면 행복해지고 채우지 못한 반쪽짜리 허상 삶은 저항과 복종 사이의 싸움이라는데 내가 보기
And you know, we all know that Yoongi has struggled in the past and probably continues to struggle because it's always an ongoing battle for people who have mental health issues such as depression or just like negative thoughts, which it's just like something that you're continuously having to, I don't want to say use the word struggle, but continuously having to go through, to process, to get out of like that darkness that can sometimes engulf you. But right here, the say the life's a struggle between resistance and submission. We all have that struggle, like with choices we make, or with not choices, or with situations that occur to us. You either resist the outcome or you submit to it. You know, you either resist what that choice is, whether it's at work, whether it's friend with family, like situations they want to impose on you, or like changes. You either resist them because you don't want that change, or you submit to it. But then he says, I say it's a struggle against loneliness. And that's also true. Because a lot of the times, you can feel lonely surrounded by tons of people, or if you isolate yourself, or if you live alone, you don't have like your family doesn't live with you, like if you're young, like a college kid, or even like if you're already branched out on your own, you're a full adult and you live by yourself and you don't have like people near you. Or even if you have like, you can be surrounded by tons of people, like they are constantly endorsed by the fans and stuff, but you can still feel lonely, like deep down inside. And a lot of the fans can relate to that feeling, that you can be in a situation surrounded by hundreds of people and still feel lonely. And that's why it's a struggle. Like you have to actively do something to get out of having that feeling. Before, I mean, I'm not saying it's bad to feel that way sometimes, and sometimes you just need to like some space for yourself and self-heal. But sometimes you do have to work and find a way to get out of that feeling of loneliness and not let it dominate you and like take over your life and your thoughts and your actions and your dreams and your future. It's okay to cry. If you can't hold it back, it's okay to cry. Like, which obviously I did. I'm like about to cry right now. But again, a lot of us have been in situations where either from frustration, from anger, from unfairness, or from sadness, we feel the need to cry. And sometimes we hold it in, we bottle it in. We bottle it in and just like don't let the tears out, and that's actually more harmful for ourselves, for our health, and for like not only emotionally but also physically. So yeah, if you can't hold it back, just let the tears come, like let it out, and like it's like a release. You're already oh my god. You're already enough. So why is he making me cry? You're already more than I can't finish my sentence. You're already more than enough to be loved. Like, seriously, why? How? How did these guys always have? How do they always have like the perfect words? Jin, epiphany. I'm the one I should love in this world. Jimin, promise. You know, I need you to be your light. You should be your light. RM, and so many endments that he's done. Even when he said like, if you need to use us, use us. Even if like our words help you 1%, that's enough for them. Ugh. Like this like, if you needed to hear it, here it is. You're already more than enough to be loved. Like, don't change for anybody. You are good enough, more than good enough, just the way you are. Oh my god, I'm a mess. He looks so pretty. He looks so soft. He looks so soft. Doesn't know anymore. Oh my god, like, not only is this an amazing collaboration with IU, because you know IU is kind of like the idol of idols. Like, she's what you would equate in America, what you would call America's sweetheart. Like, you can't, it's like, you know about me, Korean music or like people, you cannot love IU. She's like the national treasure. Not to mention that she managed to bag one of my favorite actors. But okay, girl, anyways. But not only is the collaboration so good vocally, because their voices harmonize so well together, but the lyrics, like, they always have a message that either to share with fans, like a struggle they were going through, which is basically, this is a struggle he was going through the pandemic, like things that were going through his head and how he was kind of like talking to himself, like being introspective, having that conversation, like, what are you doing, like, why is this happening, or why do you think this, or what about that, you know? But he's sharing it with us because he knows that a lot of us can relate to similar thoughts, and he's basically letting us know, like, hey, we're the same. I can maybe this huge famous person and you might consider yourself like a normal person, but to him that's just his job. At the end of the day, we're all people. We are all the same. We're all driven by love. We're all driven by greed, selfish thoughts, dark thoughts, thoughts of sadness, loneliness. Like, I was able to, this is my thought process, this is what I was asking myself. But at the end of the day, you are more than enough to be loved. Like, don't be so hard on yourself. Oh my god. Like, if this was the pre-teaser, because you know the album doesn't drop. D-Day doesn't drop until April 21st. And right now it's only like April, what? 6th? This is only the pre-teaser and of like, is this gonna be like Jimin's? When we get like the pre-single is like one vibe and then the official song is like a completely different vibe. But even if his album is like this, because when people, I'm not completing my sentences, I'm sorry. When people think rapper, they think like, oh, it's gonna be a hard rap the whole way through, like Eminem and Drake and Nas. It's just like boo 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 boo, hard fast spitfire rapping and like dropping bombs and just like telling the haters off. But you can have rap like this, like have melodies that include a rap in a way that it's like kind of like singing rap, where it's, you're still telling a story and you're still doing your flow, but it's more mellow. I mean, even if his album is like this, even I feel like we've seen the evolution of main Yoongi. Agust D, he was angry, like he was just wanted to prove a point and wanted to prove himself and like wanted to tell the haters off. And then D2, we saw a little bit more of like the evolution where like it's a little bit, he did have like some obviously like Dechita and some like faster hitting songs, but then we had songs like People and What Do You Think, Set Me Free, you know, things like that. So obviously this could be the same thing. Like it's more along the lines of that same vein where it's like you have some heavy rap, but you also have more like introspective rapping where it's more melodic and still like the fast verses. Oh my god, this song I can't believe he made me cry. Like of all people, like I don't cry at every single reaction. Like some reactions, like a lot of Jimin's songs, I didn't cry to, but I love that album. But his lyrics, his lyricism, he's a storyteller. He's a poet. Like, oh my god. Anyways, this is gonna be going up 24 hours after the music video release, so we gotta support it. We gotta start, you know, watch the video, don't loop it, stream, buy the single, you know, what we need to do. I mean, we got Jimin to #1. How far can we get Yoongi, you know? But anyways, ARMY, how did the song make you feel? What did you think of it? What did you like? Please leave your thoughts on the comments, leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next time we get attacked by Yoongi.